Welcome. In this video, we are going to discuss filtering. Web Intelligence provides different methods for restricting the data displayed in a document. Query filters allow you to limit the amount of data that is retrieved from the data source and returned by the query to your Web Intelligence documents. You can only apply query filters when you are creating or editing the query in the query panel. To access that location, you go here under Data Access, Data Providers, Edit, and here would be where you would drag the different elements. Let's just take this one here, and as you can see, you have different operators in the query filters here, equal to, and you'd write that in there. Report filters allow you to restrict the data shown in the report simply by hiding the data that does not interest you. The data is still contained in the document. It is just hidden from the report display. The report users who view the report in reading mode cannot see what filters are applied to the report. There are two types of report filters that exist in Web Intelligence. Going back here to design. Simple report filters offer an easy way to create filters. They use the equal to operator only, and they filter all the data blocks in the report. The filter is a global filter, so again, it's applied to the whole report and reflects all the data blocks. The way to get to this is to click on the Analysis Toolbox. Under the Interact tab here, click the filter bar. And now you'd want to drag the objects over here. And you can select from the drop-down menu what you'd want it to be equal to. Let me drag another one over here. So let's select Asia Pac. As you can see, both the table and the graph have changed. And let's select the country, Singapore. Again, notice the profit value matches this profit value. Now, to remove a simple report filter, all you have to do is click on the object icon and drag it to the available objects pane. As you can see, the values have reset, or going back to the Asia Pac since it's our only filter, simple report filter. And I'll remove this one as well. Now, standard report filters offer the most flexibility in the definition of your filter. You can use them to create simple or create complex filters, because all filter operations are available and you can filter on a single value or list of values. Standard report filters also offer the most flexibility in selecting the data to which you apply the filter. A standard report filter can be a global filter and apply to the whole report, or it can be a block filter and apply to only one data block in the report. Since we're still underneath the Analysis tab, you'll want to come over here under the Filters tab to filter. Select the drop-down, click Add Filter. Now, as you can see, it's given us the option here to do the entire document or to do the entire report or the different block. What I'm going to do is select a global one. So to add the filter, you click the Add Filter. Double click the object you want to filter. So I'm going to do Region. And I will select equal to. I'm going to do, let's say, Latin America. Okay? That will be one to what I'm expecting here is for it to go both to the graph as well as the block 1 table. But I'm going to put a filter here just for purposes of this country. And so what I expect to see, I'm going to do Brazil. Now what I expect to see is both reports will be solely both elements will be for Latin America, but in block 1, I'll only see which is the data, I'll only see for the country of Brazil. I'm going to click OK. And here we go. Latin America, our profit is quite a bit. And here, the number is much larger because this has been filtered specifically for Brazil, and this has been filtered for all of Latin America. Now, to remove a standard report filter, we're going to go, you can simply click Remove Filter, or let's go to Edit Filter, and now I'm going to just remove the Block 1 filter, select it, and then here's the icon for Remove Filter. Now when I click OK, I should be able to get the data for all of Latin America. Now I'm going to remove all filters, click OK, and there we go, back to the start. One thing I do want to make a mention of, under here, Add Filter, let's say I only added the filter to a block, Brasilia, which is also in Brazil, and as you see, this hasn't changed. The filter bar is here selected. It's not one of the simple report filters. How would you know there's a filter? Somebody might take a look at this and say, these values don't match. I'm seeing Latin America here. If you select on here, notice that this now is highlighted. If I select on this, there's nothing there. This is a good indication that there is already a filter. And there it is. Remove all, and I have all my data back. Now the last method I'd like to talk about, Web Intelligence provided a method for restricting the data displayed in the document would be input controls, which are like report filters. They restrict the data shown in the report by hiding the data that does not interest you. In addition, input controls empower report users who view the report in reading mode, both to see the input controls applied to the report and to select the filtered values to adapt the report displays to their needs. Now for input controls, you have a couple ways you can do it. You can go over here on the left-hand side to manage your input controls. There's already one there. Or within the analysis toolbox, click on, well, notice that underneath the filters tab, you have controls. You can click this arrow here and select define control. From the drop-down menu, you'd want to select what you're going to be filtering on. So since region's already selected, let's do country. Click next. Now the type of control, I'm going to do a radio button just to be a little different. Click next. Now, what do you want, which report element do you want the country radio button to control? I don't want the whole report. I am just interested in the graph changes. And now I click finish. So here in the reading, you can see as a user, you'd want them to be able to control just the changes in the graph, let's say. If I select Brazil, oh, Canada, America, Colombia, and Singapore. As you can see, only the graph is changing. Pretty cool. Coming back here to the design mode, I wanted to delete this input control. I simply need to just click on the X here to remove. Actually, let's select the country. And all I need to do is hit the X to remove it. And voila, we're back to the original. And that's filtering.